What's up, guys? I'm in Pine Mountain. I have never been here, and I'm kind of sad about that just because it's freaking gorgeous up here. It's only like 2 hours and 20 minutes from my house, which I drive to Joshua Tree all the time, and that's a little bit longer than that. So this is totally day trippable. It's right at the that edge where I'd come here for the day. Now that I know how short it is, and it's freaking gorgeous. It's like 50 something degrees right now, and I got this beautiful campsite by myself. I have signal. And there's boulders just down this trail. I'm psyched. I'm also really excited. I'm gonna start vlogging a lot because I'm just finishing week 11 of my training with Lattice, and I'm excited to see what I can do now. I've been kind of project shopping for the last 11 weeks, and I have a list of like 20 climbs mostly from V9 to V11, mostly V10s. Not that I expect to do all 20 this season, but I'm gonna see how many of them I can do, and I'm probably gonna add some to my list here. So basically, hopefully I'm going to be vlogging a lot because I'll be sending some of those and sharing that. But that list might grow because none of these climbs are on that list. So that list will also be prioritized by weather because once it snows, this closes. So if I do get excited on something here, I'm coming back immediately before it snows. And so on with like Santa Barbara. Once it starts getting rainy later, that's out of the question because it's sandstone. But then I still have Red Rock, Bishop, and other places. So yeah, I'm gonna prioritize that way. But yeah, 11 weeks into my training, I have one more week before I'm halfway through my 24-week block. I asked for like a week or two off where I'm gonna try to just climb a lot outside, and then I'll go back to another 12 weeks of training with an emphasis on performance because that's again what I asked for since I want to go start climbing. But yeah, man, I'm so excited to check out Pine, and I'll bring you guys along. Filling up again on impact chalk. I hate sounding like I'm trying to sell a product, but if you haven't heard me talk about this, it's just really cool because when you buy a bag of this chalk, a pound of plastic is pulled from ocean-bound plastic. So it's good for the environment. The bag is fully recyclable. The chalk's awesome. Zigzag as a brand is awesome. So yeah, again, I don't like to sound like I'm trying to sell something, but I do think this is a product that I want people to use. Spent the first hour exploring and I found pretty much everything on my list. So I'm gonna start on the Dreams boulder. Holds look worse than I thought, but hopefully it goes well. We'll see. I'm gonna probably warm up on the 4. The V4 Dreams went exactly as I hoped. It climbed just how I read it, and I felt really comfortable on that, which is really good because it is the finish of the climb I was interested in called Tuck and Roll. Tuck and Roll is the climb that got me to come out. I saw it on my friend Zeno's Instagram, and I knew I had to check it out because it was just another excuse to finally go to Pine Mountain. Not only that, but Zeno had posted that he was going to be there to try another climb I saw before called Welcome to the Darkside, so this was the best opportunity to come and try both climbs. I got to work and started working Dreams. Dreams is actually the first half of Tuck and Roll and an easier version, so I figured I would start with that. It's a climb that starts on a jug and goes immediately to a right-hand Gaston that is a pretty good crimp and sets you up for this crossover move that leads to one of the cooler sequences I've ever done, which is working this high toe jam that sets you up for a Gaston to bump into a blind slot. That is the whole crux of both climbs actually, with one of them just having a harder exit, and it's super unique movement, but overall it turned out to give me more trouble than I expected with that toe jam. After trying that move in isolation for about half an hour, I started to worry that I didn't have it, but then some new friends showed up and I learned one key thing, which is that my right foot was not in the right place to set up the toe jam. Once I figured that out, I got the toe jam pretty much perfect 9 times out of 10. And then I got to working on the crux, which came down to a lot of little details like how I was grabbing the left hand and then just learning where the slot was because I was entirely blind. I practiced that crux move in ISO until I hit it a whole 1 time and then I started ripping from the bottom, only to make quick mistakes that I hadn't made before, having to deal with my left hand. But thanks to video, I was able to figure out what I changed, revert back to my good Veda, and I decided that I had to give it a go for the V10 tuck and roll because I thought I would only hit that crux once if I was lucky. And I figured let's go all in, try to connect it, do the V10, skip dreams, and just hope for the best.
Harder than I thought to have the extension. That was good.
The gamble paid off. I don't know how I did it, but I got it all the way to the end after sticking the crux the one time from the beginning. After that, I was pretty beat, so I just rested until it got dark and then joined my friends on one more climb. This climb is called Full Contact, and it looked to me like it was a first move crux kind of climb. So on the flash go, I tried and failed. And it actually never felt quite as good as that first go. And because of that, I kept trying to find a different way up. I had tried it after the first attempt from the second move, and it felt totally doable. So I knew I just had to stick the first move once. I tried literally about 20 different things to do it, and I didn't give up. I was about to. We were about to leave, but I gave it one more attempt with one more beta. I had tried one more different foot. And it worked. Alright, so today went pretty well. I went to tuck and roll first. I was going to do dreams first, which is the V8/9 version. I'm not sure what the grade is more set at. And then try the extension afterwards, which is going into the 4 wet dreams. But I kind of thought maybe I wouldn't be able to do both. So I'm like, okay, let me just go for wet dreams, which is risky because then I might not do anything because I'm trying to finish on the harder one and might just fall at the end if I got that far. But luckily, thanks to people I met, I had all the beta I needed and I put that down, which is my first single session V10. And it's also the first time I've done 3 V10s in a year. It's my 3rd V10 of the year. Since 2020, I've done 2 V10s every year. Finally broke that streak. Now there's 3. Yeah, and then I was really tired afterwards. So I kind of just hung out with the crew that I met. But eventually they went over to this climb called Full Contact. And man, the first move was giving me so much trouble. It was really hard. The first move was really hard. The rest of it felt fine. And I almost gave up. I couldn't do any of the moves. I thought I was too tired. And then finally I tried maybe like 6th or 7th option I had tried. I tried a lot of different feet. It was this like 3 millimeter foot, tiny foot. And then it like kind of worked. I didn't like try super hard because I was just kind of trying to figure out. I'm like, oh, I think this works. So I took a little break and then tried that move and I stuck it. And then it was on. And then I hit every hold, not as good as I expected after that. But I was able to take it to the top. So yeah, that was pretty rad. The V10 and the V8 in a day. Haven't done that. Haven't done both together in a long time, but never at V10 in a day. So yeah, it was good. I'm a little tired. I feel kind of crappy because of the altitude and I didn't sleep well last night. But other than that, at least I'm warm in my tent. And tomorrow I get to try Welcome to the Darkside. Hopefully I have energy for it because that looks like the coolest climb here. So yeah, hopefully I can do that tomorrow. All right, so it's morning now. I slept like crap, but feeling hopeful. I'm pretty tired, but this climb behind me, Welcome to the Darkside, looks amazing. It's really, I've heard it's the best climb and it looks like the best climb. And I'm here with my friend Zeno and some of his friends that I just met. And I'm pretty excited. I'm hoping after a good warm-up that I feel good, but this looks totally my style. And I'd be so psyched to send this. It is way too cool to try and have to leave just for the season to end here and not be able to come back. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Gotta warm up. It's freaking cold on this side. It's colder today and I'm on the north side of the ridge now. I'm wearing 2 puffies and I'm still cold, but man, I'm psyched. Gotta get a good warm-up in. First sessions are so fun because the expectations are low and you can experiment with so much beta as you're learning what works best. My first go on this climb I think went pretty well. It let me know that the first half of the climb wasn't difficult for me and that I could dial that in later, allowing me to move on to later moves and identify what's going to be my crux. I had Zeno and Boss there to give me beta on what they've done, but right away I realized that walking my feet on this climb wasn't as comfortable as using heels when possible, so I immediately resorted to trying to hit the high right holds off of a heel, and it felt really good. So that's what my beta started to circulate around, was doing a lot of the moves off of heels instead of toeing down. Most betas I saw, people use the right foot to bump up to the right hand, the good one, and then they had to use a left heel or something like that to then bump left and then set their foot back down again to bump the right hand. And I thought I could do that off a heel, so again, that's what I focused on. That was the main thing that I changed that I hadn't seen others do. After just a few tries trying the heel beta to get the right hand to the final position on the right, I moved on to bumping the left hand all the way to the furthest hold, which I figured was going to be the crux. I see a lot of people do this off a left toe going to the left, and I wanted to do it, you guessed it, with a left heel. So that's what I practiced and tried to dial down. That move actually came together pretty quickly, but it did feel like it would be difficult from the bottom. I did, though, have trouble getting my feet out of that position so that I could then throw a right heel up. And unfortunately, I got too tired to figure out that beta, so I started to work something else. Now that I was tired, I decided to just try it from the bottom one more time, get those moves a little more familiar, and then try to piece together the last part that was troubling me, which was actually connecting my right-handed moves off of the right heel, transitioning over to the left heel for the left move. That transition would prove to be my crux. I tried sorting that out a few more times, but in the end I wasn't able to figure it out, and I was pretty tired. Nothing else was going to happen, and I wasn't even sure I would return to Pine this season as it closed in just a week. So we called it there, and we went over to the other side where Boss was going to try to do tuck and roll, and I split off to try a climb called 911 to try to get just one more send before my weekend was over. What's up, guys? I am back at Pine Mountain. It's the Friday after last weekend when I was here. It's 37 degrees. It actually feels really good in the sun. It is not too cold. Unfortunately, I'm going to the other side of this ridge and I think that's gonna be cold. I'm gonna go try Welcome to Darkside again. I feel like I have a decent chance of succeeding. I just need to find how to link a couple parts together. I can do all the moves for sure. I did them all pretty quick last time, but I need to make sure that I can link it from the bottom efficiently so I can finish it. But right now I just gotta focus on Welcome to Darkside. So hopefully that goes well, and hopefully I don't get too cold. All right, so I made it to Darkside Boulder. Dude, you can feel that it's 37 degrees here. On the other side, it was sunny. It actually felt pretty nice. And there was no ice. There's a bunch of ice here. I mean, the climb, again, it's completely dry. The frick, it is cold. I'm gonna do my best to warm up and see how it goes, but I wish it was a little warmer. It's gonna be hard not to numb out. And I do not want to numb out on this like 40-foot slab. It's slab, so it should be fine, but it's scary.
I didn't do a good job filming my warm-up, but I learned a lot of things because I warmed up trying individual moves. And the first thing that I learned was that I could make the transition I was struggling with a heel hook on the left side. To be fair, I was fresh when I was trying this, so I was much better at it than I would be from the bottom. The other thing that I learned was that there was actually a higher left heel that I could place for the crux move, for one of my crux moves, which was going out left to the furthest left hold. That just felt more consistent and more likely to be done from the bottom. So those are the two big things that I learned during my warm-up, and immediately after that I just got to trying it from the bottom and seeing if I can connect. Like I mentioned before, I practiced that transition, taking my right heel out in isolation when I was fresh. Turns out from the bottom, I just could not pull it together for it. So eventually I tried taking it off with my right hand still on the lower of the two hands, the lower right hand, and that worked. It just involved me bumping my right hand from toeing down like I saw in other videos, but I was just stubborn. Yeah, I mean, I set up for it differently, but I should have tried it sooner. At this point, I was actually really tired, and I decided to be done for the day, so I went to go have some food. I touched another climb, and it had actually been a while. I hadn't exerted that much energy, so I actually came back for a few more tries because it was my last time here for the season, and I just hoped I got lucky.
Alright, I think my session's over. I knew coming into this that I still had beta to learn. I still had to get used to the movement. So sometimes I'm able to dial that in a session, and I get really excited to come back because I know that then it's just about executing. But I knew that today I wasn't ready to just start trying to execute. And it took me a little longer than I hoped to find my beta, especially because I ended up actually switching something really late, which is the two hand moves I used to do off the heel, now I only do one. I wish I learned that sooner. And it went really well. Then I got to the left heel, my new left heel. But then when it got to the actual move, it felt harder. I just watched my videos. My body position seems very similar. So that tells me it's probably just me being tired now. Sucks because now I think I have all that information. I'm ready to execute next time. But there's no next time this season because this will close. I can't come tomorrow, I work. Plus it might snow. And then it closes Sunday. And then it doesn't open again, I think, until like May. Sure, I can come back then, I probably will. But man, this work was put in to not succeed. It was fun. It was fun. I had a good time. But man, I wish I could have sent, especially that go felt good. But I think I'm just too tired. I could keep trying, but if I keep trying, I definitely am ruining my chance of sending anything else. I think I'm gonna climb other stuff. All right, so I have a lot of feelings about how I went on Welcome to the Dark Side. I was hesitant to come today because I knew that if I got to this point where now I feel like if I came one more time, now I can do it, because now I've done all the learning that I think I needed. So now it's like, if I came, got a good warm up, it's just burns to send. Where today I had to use a good amount of energy trying to still learn what my beta was, what my sequence needed to be. And then by the time I had that, I was still pretty fresh, but I was a little tired. But now I also have practice with the beta that I learned, so I just need one more session. But I don't think I can come tomorrow. I can, but I think it's gonna snow. I just learned that I work at 5 p.m., so I could mob up here. But I'd have to stop climbing right now to save energy. It's just a big gamble. Anyway, that's why it was hard to choose this. It would have been easier to go to a project that will be available to me for the next 3 or 4 months. But I made the choice. Obviously, if I sent, I would have been very glad I took the gamble. I would have said it was the right choice. And I couldn't know what the result was going to be. I think I showed today that I could have done it. But that's part of the process. It was really fun. Now it's just about saving these videos, because I do forget micro beta sometimes. So save the videos, and hopefully I can, just from watching them, remember the feeling of this climb when it comes to the season next May, I think. And then hopefully I can just execute in May and maybe try Spicy Fever and stuff. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to choose projects sometimes and choose what the right call is. Like I said, I could have gone to work on something else that will be available to me through April. But I was psyched on this one and I tried. Anyway, like I said, I had the choice of going home and maybe coming back in the morning and just having like a half-day session, but it's kind of a lot for a 2.5 hour drive to try it a little bit, then head home early to go work. So yeah, I'm just gonna climb some more. I'm gonna try another hard climb. I'm a little tired, so I don't think the odds are good, but might as well try it, and who knows, maybe I'll get lucky. And if not, maybe I'll have enough time for some other climbs. But yeah, it's still daylight, so I might as well climb. All right, my first season / first week at Pine is over. I had fun. Obviously, I had fun the first day doing tuck and roll and full contact. Met some cool people, that was rad. And then the next day, hanging out with Zeno, Boss, and Anthony was super cool too. Getting to try Darkside, and then coming back here with them after doing 911. Yeah, those were all good. I'll have to come back for all the classics that aren't over V8, but I just wanted to try hard. And so Darkside, I think I can come back for Darkside next season for sure. I feel really good about that. And I also think I can come back for Involuntary Lunge. I think that same thing. Coming back fresh, knowing my beta, that feels very doable. And then hopefully I can work out in Great Beaver. And then other than that, right before I finished, I tried going from the very end of this squeeze feature, and I went through Wet Dreams into Dreams. I don't know if it's been done. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's an FA, maybe it's not. I'm thinking it's like 7 minus. That's the vibe I get for the area. Felt like a 6 plus to me, but this area feels soft, so I think it's a 7. And it was really fun. I just wish I had tried the top out because it took forever, but it was really easy. It just took forever. Anyway, a lot more projecting to come this season, and hopefully some results. Yeah, I keep talking about this, but I'm really psyched about the training for Lattice because I'm finally doing something about taking another step forward. So super psyched to see what's to come. We'll see what I end up doing in Joshua Tree, Red Rock, Bishop, and everywhere else. See you guys later. All right, I'm back at Pine. Somehow I decided to come back, and Ari's with me this time. And yeah, it's the last day of the season here. And this time I'm gonna warm up in the main area, because warming up at Darkside, it was really cold. I think my friend Zeno's over there right now, but he didn't have signal, so he doesn't know I'm here. But I just can't warm up over there. I think that was a mistake last time, so I'm gonna warm up here on the warm side and show up over there super ready. But and I really hope I send now because it's a long drive, especially since I have to be back a little earlier today. But gonna try some easy classics and hopefully send later today.
Beautiful. Right now, do left.
Back at Welcome to the Darkness. I'm already forgetting. Back here. Didn't necessarily plan on coming here today. I feel like shit. My left arm hurts. But we're gonna try. Alright, babe? And by we, I mean me. I'm gonna start by trying the crux, which for me is probably hitting the last left hand on the overhanging part, and then do a couple moves from there and see if I can get my left foot up after that. And if I can do that, I'll give it bottom ribs. Yeah. But yeah, my skin's not good. My arm hurts. Kind of been feeling a little sick the last 2 days. So I think I have everything ready to send.
Okay. Woo. You didn't want to do the top? I just wanted to know that I can move my left foot up. Thanks.
So who you saw there is this guy named Nico, who I actually met Friday as I was leaving. The reason he was there at that moment was to tell me the ranger was looking to close the gates already, and I hadn't even gone on the climb. He got there, I tried that top section, and then he left because he had to finish something as well. And then I knew I only had a few goes to get this done, so that really applied some pressure. I don't know if it helped or if it didn't, but it was definitely on. The first attempt was a really good sign. I connected every move I needed to do, and I fell transitioning my feet. My foot slipped as I was trying to place the heel because I rushed it a little too much. This gave me some hope that I could send next go because I wasn't sure how urgent it was for us to leave. I just knew I had to focus if I got there again on the foot swap and get to the high hold.
My finger moved a little bit and I panicked. Oh my god.
That was looking so good.
No. That was it. That was it.
This was heartbreaking for so many reasons. First of all, I chose to not try it beyond that point
Oh, no.
because I thought it was over. And to be
Consider
fair,
that a punt.
it kind of was. I just lost a little focus. I didn't put enough tension on my foot before moving my hips up. But also, I knew there was a ranger waiting for me to leave. I had been cutting my rest short between the first 2 attempts to compensate for that, and now I had to cut it short again for one more attempt. And because at this point it's been near an hour after being told they were waiting to leave, I knew I was only going to give it one more go. And I honestly thought I had already given it my best go.
Yes. How the fuck did I just pull that off? I was so scared
You're so cool, babe.
all that time. Oh my god. What? Oh. It got less and less secure every attempt.
You know, I feel like part of you kind of uses that as strength to keep going forward.
Oh. Oh. That was fucking awesome.
Good job, babe.
Thank you.
I told you.
Oh, that's a Hail Mary. Oh my god. What? Oh.
Okay. I did it. I don't know how. I really don't. But I pulled it off. I feel like I just climb better when Babe's here. That was the worst as far as like how I felt. That go was the worst. But I just had more confidence and kept trying. Oh, I'm so happy. That was really cool. Yeah, first season of Pine, wrapped with another V10. Super psyched. I loved it. That was a lot of fun. And I'm so thankful for Babe supporting. Couldn't have done it without you, my love. All right. I need to rest. All right. Bye.